If you're a nurse, please listen to what I'm about to say next. In 2025, we all know that things are changing and not for the better. It's not a question if you work in healthcare. If you work in a facility, especially a facility that has pathways for taking devices such as CRT, ECMO, Impella, whatever. If you work in a facility that takes those devices and you are in a situation where you're being forced to take one of those devices without having adequate training and being checked off appropriately, you need to already, before this happens, know what you need to do. Like, say you're in a state that has safe harbor, which is not a lot of the states, but it's my state, Texas. You need to, before you take that device, have this conversation, and you need to have it written down in some way, whatever platform, whether it is a email, WebEx, GroupMe, text message even. It needs to be written down where you notify your manager that you are not trained to take that device, and if you're being forced to take that device, you want to initiate safe harbor or whatever your state has. If you do not do that and you take that device without being checked off, you might be like, and I think I know how to take care of this device. Even if you do nothing wrong and something happens to that patient, or even the next day something happens to that patient and that patient's family sues the hospital, the first thing that they will do as they sue the hospital when they're pulling everything is pull your check off, pull what education you got, when, how you got it, all those things. If you did not receive the appropriate training and you took the patient that has the device without having the proper education, which is happening more and more and more, you will be the one in the hot seat. I promise you, the lawyers will look at you. They will ask you why you took that device without having training. I'm not saying this is somebody that's paranoid. I'm not one of these people that carry around notebooks and keep up with all the different things. I'm not a paranoid person. I don't really worry about much, but this is coming from someone who has sat with lawyers in these exact situations. So going forward, if you are going to take a device that you have not had training on, please initiate safe harbor or whatever your state has. If your state does not have a safe harbor type law, because most of them don't, then you need to have written documentation where you notified your manager that you do not have proper training, that if you have to accept the assignment because there's no one else to take the assignment, that you are doing it in best interest of the patient, or however your state needs it to be worded. You need to have this written down, you need to screenshot it, and you need to save it for yourself. I love to follow Nurse Erica. If you haven't found her on TikTok, she talks about a lot of legal things, but I am just insisting that you do this if you are taking devices in the hospital in 2025 without full training.